Hey guys, my name's KMB and this is my simple Minecraft Let's Build for a mountain cottage. Enjoy. So first I started out by hollowing out an area in the mountain, making it flat so I could build on it really easily. I do this with most builds because it really makes them fit into the landscape well. Here you can see a shot of that. And then I started with some oak pillars. I think oak was a good wood to choose. It's nice and rustic, has a good look to it. I always start by putting pillars up. It gives a rough guideline of what I'm going to make. I then made the floor out of some polished stone. I think this looks really good because it looks like tiles on a floor. I noticed this bit was overhanging on the mountain a bit, so I took advantage of that and built down some supports to make it look more realistic and also add a bit more detail. I made these out of oak as well because I thought that would definitely fit in with the vertical pillars. I put in beams between all the pillars, and that sort of connected it, gave me a rough shape of the house. This part's in night, so it's a bit hard to see, but I did make a balcony there, and then started on more supports around the pillars. I put out a rough guideline for where one of the entrances was going to be, and another on the other end. I made one big, so it would lead out onto a flat area on the mountain. So you could maybe get a horse in or something like that for a stable. And then I put down some fencing outside, sort of rough guideline for a little garden to go with the house. I then started on the frame for the roof. I made this out of brick because I think the red works really well with the brown oak. I filled this in between with spruce planks. I think they work really well with the oak as well, with the same sort of colour. They're also not oak, so it's a bit less generic. I put a little chimney there to hide the open end of the beams and continue doing the roof. I'm doing a little sort of extra roof here, and this maybe would help to get rain off the roof or something like that. I think it just looks better, and adding a different color really helps. I then started on the interior. I put across oak beams and then filled the in-betweens with brick again. I think it's a really good combination. I then went round with stone bricks, marking out the rough guidelines for windows and things like that. Put down a little lighting because it was getting a little dark. After finishing with all this oak, I started on finishing all the tidying up around the top edges so I could start doing the windows. There's a few bits to do around the edges of the roof, and then I started on the windows. I put a doorway here leading out onto the garden. I thought it'd be nice to have as many doorways as possible because it's not going to be a harsh neighborhood with only one door. It's going to be a nice friendly sort of house, welcoming with many doors. Here I was just setting out some windowsills going around the building. These were made out of stone brick. I wanted to limit my materials as much as possible because I think it really makes houses more realistic if you don't use an absolute ton of materials. I put some more of these extra roofs down above the balcony and that window there, and they were made out of brick. I think that worked really well, but maybe I should have made them out of stone brick, I'm not sure. I extended these oak sort of supports for the balcony all the way out, made them more realistic looking, and also filled in between the supports that are on the overhang. I started now putting some windows in. I use spruce gates for some of my windows because you can open and close them and they look like window hatches. I went around the edges, also tidying it up a bit, making it look more realistic. I filled in that part there because I wasn't sure whether to have a bell or not, and then I realised it was just a cottage and not a church or anything. I was going around here and realised that these supports were out of symmetry, so corrected that. This stone brick thing didn't really work, so I thought I'll just replace that with some bricks. It will work well because it's bringing in the elements from the other side of the building. And I put down some stone walls here. They look like pillars and I think they work really well for that purpose. I kept tidying up the roof and decided that it would be better to put some stone brick on that part and make it different. And then I put a pillar up in between the large doors so I could have two doors, one on each side. and then started with the interior. I put down a nice wool red carpet. The red kind of is quite striking, but it also works with the bricks. Here I put down an open fire with iron bars and then netherrack and a flint and steel. I think an open fire really makes a house more friendly. Then put down all the utilities you'd need as a person in Minecraft or in the real world. I finished up here just adding some armchairs to make it more friendly, and then just adding a few more little details, flower pots, things like that. I also put some glass in the windows and some paintings up, sort of memories that have been collected. I put some rose bushes around the outside as well, and I finished up off camera with a few little details. I'm just gonna go into a cinematic now so you guys can see what I've made. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for being here and watching. Hi guys, thanks for watching the entire video, and if you made it to the end, leave a comment. Also, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave your suggestions for what you want me to build next. Once again guys, thanks for watching, it really means a lot to me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully this turns into something big.